From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Good morning, Mid-Michigan. We're waking up to some temperatures into the 70s, 76 degrees in Lansing and Grand Ledge, 77 into Jackson, 74 degrees down into Hillsdale. Our dew points are a little bit cooler, and we're also noticing a little bit of a breeze, so it's going to feel a little bit cooler for this morning. We're also noticing that there are clouds moving in, and yes, some rain showers making their way across the lake. That is ahead of a cold front that will bring the chance for some rain showers and even scattered thunderstorms back into the forecast as we head into the afternoon and evening. Temperatures, though, remain into the 80s for the day today. I'll have a full look at your forecast coming up in just a little bit. 6 News this morning starts right now.
WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News this morning.
Good morning, Mid-Michigan, and thanks for waking up with us. It's Sunday, July 6th. I'm Dalen Huff, and we're here for you now with this morning's top stories. The death toll from flash floods in Texas now stands at 50, and it's expected to climb even higher as search continues for survivors enters in another day. CBS's Kristen Benavides reports on the disaster response.
Scouring through debris left behind from the flash floods in Kerr County, Texas, this man was searching for his 8-year-old daughter. She's among the 27 girls who are still missing from a Christian summer camp after the Guadalupe River swelled 25 feet in less than an hour from torrential downpours, leading to a historic and devastating flood event.
We're at Camp Mystic looking for our kids. We're looking for places that they're going to potentially be alive.
There is a growing death toll. Officials have so far confirmed at least 50 fatalities, including at least 15 children, with many more still missing. Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is leading the federal disaster response.
We do know the number one priority now is people, is making sure we're finding people as fast as possible, and we're returning them to their families.
Rescues are still taking place, mainly by air. The river washed away roads, homes, and vehicles.
The devastation was such that I'm still in shock today. And with the rescues going on and the helicopters, you just know there's so many missing children and missing people. You just want them to be found for the sakes of the families. But you know it's not going to be a good ending. It's just not going to be. There's no way people could have survived the swiftness of the water.
In addition to the children's summer camp, RV parks along the river were filled with people on vacation for the 4th of July. They had no warning a wall of water was coming their way. Cristian Benavides, CBS News.
Officials are holding out hope to still find survivors, but it's a race against time. It's still unknown exactly how many people that were swept away by the currents and who are still missing. Hundreds of protesters were at the Capitol yesterday morning, what they call a funeral for democracy. Organizers say the event is a vigil and an attempt to open people's eyes about what they call a loss of freedoms they once knew. Zach Priest is here in studio with a closer look. Zach, what did people have to say?
Dalen, attendees say that they worry about how legislation like the Big Beautiful Bill could impact those that they care about. And a protester from Mount Pleasant says that since the new administration took office, he's concerned for the state of the country, especially after President Trump's spending bill that he says will impact those on Medicaid.
Medicaid and Medicare are cut, then hospitals don't get paid, doctors don't get paid, nurses don't get paid. If they're not getting the funding to do the procedures and treat the patients like they normally would, they're going to wind up in a situation where they can't keep the doors open.
And he says his Congressman John Molinar helped push the approval on the Big Beautiful Bill. Now, another protester told us that she thinks the Medicaid cuts are an attack on the disabled, is how she put it, especially her family, who she says relies heavily on Medicaid. Now, supporters of the bill tout it for its focus on defense spending and border security and say that it will be the largest middle and working class tax cut in U.S. history. But protesters at yesterday's Funeral for Democracy feel differently. Dalen, back to you.
Zach, thank you for that live report. The deadline is fastly approaching for countries to make new tariff agreements with the U.S. or face a higher rate. And the Trump administration is putting them on notice. CBS's Willie James Inman is traveling with the president, and he's here for you now from Bridgewater, New Jersey.
This weekend, President Trump is celebrating the first major piece of legislation for his second term.
It's really promises made, promises kept, and we've kept them. This is a triumph of democracy on the birthday of democracy.
The Friday signing ceremony was part of a 4th of July event at the White House, complete with a military jet flyover. The new law includes several campaign promises, such as no taxes on tips, an extension of the 2017 Trump tax cuts, and more funding for the military and border security. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act will also permanently raise the child tax credit to $2,200 and increase the state and local tax deduction to $40,000 for 5 years. Democrats have blasted the legislation for making cuts to food stamps and Medicaid. And now, as the White House turns to trade, they're also taking aim at the president's tariff policies.
The Trump administration, these across-the-board tariffs are going to hit Americans hard.
The president set a July 9th deadline for dozens of nations to make a deal with the U.S. or risk higher tariffs. Now the president says multiple nations could receive notice of new tariff rates early next week, which would go into effect in August.
I did. I signed some letters, and they'll go out on Monday, probably 12.
The upcoming deadline leaves little time to negotiate.
You can't sit down with 200 countries. I think the letters are better.
So far, the UK, China, and Vietnam have made significant progress in trade talks with the United States. Now, it's unclear which nations President Trump will send those letters to on Monday. Willie James Inman, CBS News, Bridgewater, New Jersey.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather on the Sixes, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, this morning we're seeing a little bit of some sunshine, but those clouds are going to start to move in ahead of a cold front that will bring the chance for some showers and storms. Right now down into Jackson, we're still seeing that beautiful blue sky, and we're going to see our temperatures into the 70s right now as well. You're going to notice that it's a little bit cooler out. That's because we do have a breeze ahead of the cold front, and our temperatures are into the 70s right now. 76 degrees into Lansing, 75 in Charlotte, 77 in Jackson, and 73 degrees down into Hillsdale. Satellite radar showing those rain showers coming across the lake. We do have a marginal risk, or that 1 out of 5 risk for severe weather today. It's mainly going to be gusty wind and the chance for some very heavy downpours and the chance for maybe a little bit of hail. That's as this cold front moves through, and that's going to bring the chance for some rain showers back into the forecast. Let's take a look at the forecast as we head throughout the day. As we head into the 10 o'clock hour, we're still seeing those clouds. And then as we head into the 3 o'clock hour, that's when some of those heavier rain showers move in, and those continue as we head into the afternoon and evening. As we head into the day today, temperatures are going to be warm again, back into the 80s, nowhere near as warm as they were yesterday. Our dew points, though, are still going to be humid, but still we're going to see temperatures a little bit cooler than where they were today or yesterday. So a little bit of relief overall, but if you have any outdoor plans, keep an eye to the sky, maybe download our 6 News weather app for the day, as we do have the chance for those showers and storms.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that update, Kelsey.